Hey, it's Jamie. I decided to make some informational videos rather than just sort of like tea and top surgery updates, because I get an awful lot of questions on Tumblr asking quite similar questions on sort of things like testosterone, top surgery, coming out, like how did you know you were transgender, that kind of thing. So I thought I'd make a little set of videos as a kind of FAQ type thing, and this is the first one. It's going to be on testosterone. I'm basically going to talk about different types of testosterone, what T generally does, how you can get it, and yeah, I think that's it. So starting off with different types. There are several different types. The main two ways of administering that I've heard of are gel and shot, but there are sort of like creams, and I think there's even a patch, but I don't know anything about them. So gels, Testim, Testogel, that kind of thing, are applied every day, and that's generally to the tops of your arms, your stomach, that kind of place, and they're absorbed that way. I was on gel for just under a year, and I really liked it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit annoying applying it every day, but you just sort of make it part of your everyday routine, like brushing your teeth, and then you don't really notice it. Testogel's really runny. It's like a very runny alcohol-based hand sanitizer type thing, and it's quite a lot in that little packet. It's more than you'd think. So go easy on it in the first couple of weeks. Like, do a little bit at a time, because I put, like, the first day I got it, put it all on my hand and half of it fell off, so I had to use like another packet to sort of wash it off and use another one. Then there's shots. There's different types of shots as well. You can get weekly, fortnightly shots, which is generally something like Sustanon. I know there are other ones, but I don't know how to pronounce them. There's also Libido, which is what I'm on now, and it's a shot every 3 months. I preferred the sound of that than Sustanon. Sustanon you can do yourself at home, but it was a little bit regular for my liking. Libido is done by a professional. You can't do it yourself, because it's only every 3 months, it's fine. So that's different types. When considering what type you want, I mean, I know you can choose if you go in privately, but I'm not sure about the NHS. I was able to choose what I wanted. I'm not sure if you can sort of put your input in what you'd prefer if you're on the NHS. But you have to think about what you'd be comfortable with. Like, you know, are you comfortable with needles? Would you be okay applying it every day? Would you be okay going to the doctor to get a shot? That kind of thing. And then, so now I'm going to talk about kind of general changes that you may or may not experience on testosterone. All the changes can be found online, like more concise, but just to give you a general idea, you get like generally people's voice will drop. That takes about 3 months to happen properly. I had my first big voice drop around 11-12 weeks. Body hair does generally increase. This for me started like slowly building up, and then like when I reached 8 months on T, it's just sort of exploded, especially on my stomach. I'm not sure why. Also, you can get like an increased appetite. I felt that after the first 2 weeks. I also gained quite a bit of weight. I gained about 10 kilograms. I've lost a bit since I had surgery, but I'm gaining it back again. Also, muscle mass can increase. You generally have to work for it though. If you're really skinny, don't expect to turn into some like beast unless you're prepared to go put in some long hours at the gym and eat lots of protein and other stuff. But you know, if you really are concerned about getting beefy, just work out, like protein shakes, good diet, that kind of thing. But if you don't work for it, you might see a little increase just from like what you do day to day, but nothing huge. Some people do, but it's fairly uncommon. What else? Facial hair. You can get facial hair. Not everybody does, like even after several years. Like, I have no facial hair. I've been on T for nearly 13 months, so it's not something that happens to everybody straight away, not even after a few years. You should get something after a few years. Some people do have like full-on beards after about a year, but it's different for everyone again. Like, pretty much every change is different for everybody, so try not to base the changes of people you know or people you've seen on YouTube on what you should expect, because your body will react to it in its own way, and depending on your genetics and things like that, your changes will be different to somebody else's, and they may even have a completely different time scale as well. So don't be disheartened if your voice doesn't drop as fast as somebody else's, or if your facial hair doesn't come in as fast as somebody else's. I mean, it should all happen eventually, but to which extent also varies depending on, you know, who you are. So that's kind of general changes. You also have to think about the changes that you might not want, like receding hairline. Acne is something a lot of people don't want, but some people do get. So you have to consider everything that can happen when you take testosterone and things that can't happen, and make sure that you're comfortable with all the things that may happen. And if you're not, then go back and sort of consider whether testosterone is right for you, because you really can't pick and choose your changes. So be careful, make sure that you're very informed before you start T, and that you're aware of everything that can happen. Now, last point, how to start testosterone. This is just for people in the UK. So basically there are two ways. There's NHS route or the private route. I did inquire about going through the NHS with my GP, and he said I'd be looking at a 6-month wait just to see a local psychiatrist. So that's why I chose to go privately. But if you are going through the NHS, you need to go talk to your GP first. That's the first step you take. You know, go to somebody you feel most comfortable talking to, and they generally should refer you on to a local psychiatrist, who should then in turn refer you on to a gender clinic. You are entitled to a second opinion, so if the referral doesn't happen, don't panic. When going privately, you don't need any sort of like GP referral. You can self-refer. There's two clinics I know of, that's Gender Care and Trans Health. So if you just type them in Google, they got all the price breakdowns, what you need to sort of get started on T, and give them a ring to find out any more information you want, and tell them what you want. They can arrange everything for you. Just to give you a timescale for going private, I had my first appointment in September 2011, and I started testosterone at the end of January 2012, so it wasn't that long. So I think that's sort of everything I wanted to talk about. It's just kind of like a whistle-stop tour of basic information on testosterone. It's not everything that you need to know, so go Google some stuff. I mean, that's the best thing to do, just exhaust Google, really. Contact some gender clinics if you're really stuck for things, and go talk to your doctor, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I hope this helped, and this can give you kind of like an idea of what to sort of expect. No, not expect, but like what to sort of know what testosterone is and that kind of thing. So I'm not sure what the next one will be on. If you have any suggestions, let me know either here or on my Tumblr. I'll put my link down below so you can find it, and I do hope this helped. Thanks for watching. See ya.